Hey guys, so I'm going to take you guys through today a quick and dirty full body Kinstretch class. So we're going to do some cars in this class. We're going to do a little bit of pails and rails, mostly isometrics, but it's really just to get your whole body moving. So follow along. Remember, with the functional range systems and the mobility and FRC, functional range conditioning, and Kinstretch, we are doing controlled motion. So none of this is done fast, none of this is done without maintaining tension around our tissues, whether I'm working my neck, my shoulders, my hip, whatever. I want it controlled and tension. So we're going to take a breath in as we go in, and we're going to trap that air in our lower abdomen, and then we are going to radiate tension through our whole body a little bit, which just means we're tightening all the tissue a little bit, and then we're going to hold that tension. So I'm not going to be explaining each one as we go. I'm going to just have it as a class so you guys can follow along. That's why I'm explaining a little bit right now, and then you can just follow along this class. Okay, I hope you enjoy this Kinstretch, and let me tell me what you think. Okay, so we're going to start with our neck. Take that breath in, trap the air in that lower abdomen. I'm going to create two fists. I'm going to tuck the chin, bringing chin down to chest, start to rotate along the collarbone. Ear comes to the right shoulder. Extend the head over to the left hand shoulder. Tucking around towards the front. Rep 2, rotating towards the shoulder. Along the collarbone, ear to the shoulder, extending over to the left-hand side. Chin reaches towards that left shoulder. Don't let the shoulders hike. Coming around. And back center, reverse. So chin tucked, flexing all the way down. Rotate along the collarbone to the left shoulder. Ear to the shoulder, extend. Coming all the way around. Over to the right-hand side. Drawing around back to the front. Keep seeking in range, reaching for as far as you can handle without any pinching. Ear to the shoulder, extending over to the right hand side, coming around and through. We're going to go into our upper back. We're going to take something here. We're going to have a nice wide stance, feet, legs tight. Push into your block. We're going to curl, flex down, rotate to the right, drop that right shoulder, extend, coming around. Don't let those hips do the work. Over towards that left hip, flexing around, and rep 2. Rotating, shoulder, right shoulder down, extend. Make sure the upper back extends over to the other side, curling, flexing around. Side view for the reps going towards the left. Flexing all the way around, rotating. Drop that left shoulder, extend, coming around, over to the right hand hip, flexing back around. We're trying to rotate our spine here, not the hips, not anything else. Extend and keep pushing into that block. Over to the right hand side. Flexing back, around, and through. Next, we are going to do our shoulders. I'm going to do both the shoulders at the same time. I'm going to go on my knees so you can see fully, but you guys can do it standing or on your knees, doesn't matter. Hands rotated out, flexing, coming all the way up. When you reach the top, internally rotate those hands and reach back, extending behind you. Hands facing side of your legs. Extend those arms, go straight back. Externally rotate as you pull back, squeeze those shoulder blades coming back, around, and down. Second rep, side view. Externally rotate those hands, thumbs out, flexing those arms up. When you reach the top, internally rotate as you reach, and as you keep going, keep reaching back and extending to try and get the most out of it. Extend. Externally rotate, pull back all the way around, and then back down to our starting point. Right into our scapula or shoulder blade cars. Hands at your side. We're going to hike that shoulder up. And go forward, down, back. This is coming from the shoulder blade up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward. Try to seek the end range. You get a little bit more freeze there. Up, back, down, reversing the motion. Forward, up, back, down. Keep your core tight so you stop the cheating. Back, down. One more rep. Forward, up, back, down. Perfect. We're going to do our pelvic cars. I'm going to do them standing actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a tuck. So tuck the pelvis under and untuck. Maintaining that tension. Tuck and untuck. Then we're going to hike a hip, hike another hip. Make sure your knees are bent when you're doing this. Good. And now we're going to connect them. So we're going to tuck, so tuck the pelvis under, hike a hip up, untuck, hike the other hip up, tuck. So this is like a Shakira hips. If this one is too hard for you, and reverse. Hip down, up, hike. And you're just trying to explore those 4 motions, hips up and down, and pelvic tucking and untucking, right? Standing hip cars, I'm going to do it facing you so you guys can see, but what I would suggest for you guys is hand at the wall, holding the wall. So I've got 2 sticks. By all means, grab the wall or face the wall, right? We're going to start with our right leg. We're going to take a breath in, trap that air in the lower abdomen, so hold there, tension through the body, lifting your right leg up as high as it will go, then out. When you reach the max there, without rotating and compensating, internally rotate and push that foot back, extending the hip, coming back in towards the other leg. We go straight back, externally rotate, pull that hip up towards the other side and down. We are not trying to get as big a circle as we can with cheating. We want no cheating. So internally rotate. If your hip starts to sway and other things move, we want the full range of the hip, not of the lower back, not of everything else. Externally rotate, pull up, and then down. I'll show you the other variation at the wall. Hands tight. We're going to lift that hip up, rotate out, internally rotate, reach back, fighting for all that range. Elbows are locked at the wall. Knee goes straight back, externally rotate, pull up towards the armpit and around. Good. Left side, 3 reps. All the way out, internally rotating, coming around. Hip extends, straight back, externally rotate up towards the armpit, back around and down. Knee up, hip out, internal rotation, extend, coming around, hip straight back, externally rotate, pull up, come around and down. We're going to pop down on our knees, on our bums, sorry. We're going to do our knees and our ankles. I like to do the knees locked. So this I'm going to pull underneath here. What I want you guys, and then I grab my other arm and back over. If that's too much, you can just hold here, depending on what your mobility is. You can also put your back to the wall and support you, or even lie on your back and do the same thing, okay? So underneath, lock that. We're going to rotate that foot all the way out. So we're trying to get rotation of the knee. Then we straighten, rotate in, flexing all the way down. Rotate out, straighten, rotate in, flex down. We're going to reverse that now. Straight up, seeking that hamstring stretch. Flexing down, rotate it in, straightening, externally rotate and flex back down. Right into, so stay exactly where we are, we're going to do our ankles. So what we're doing here is we're trying to draw the biggest circle. Make sure you don't miss going all the way out, all the way in. So we're going out, we're coming all the way up towards us, then rotating inwards, pointing our toes. We're going to reverse. So freeze and reverse. So coming back in, pull up towards you, rotate all the way out, and down. Good. Other side. I'm gonna do it on my back so you guys can see the variation. So this knee variation, we're gonna pull that in just like we did there. My foot's gonna rotate out, so toes and foot are rotating out at the knee. We're straightening that leg, rotating in, bending in as far as we can go. Rotate that whole lower leg back out, straight up. Extend the leg, internally rotate, flex down, rotate out, straightening that leg, seeking the stretch in the hamstring, rotate in, coming down. Freeze at the bottom here. We're gonna stay turned in, extending our leg, rotate out, coming down, rotate in, straightening that leg, seeking the stretch, rotate out, coming down. To do our ankle, same as we did, I'm gonna just show you here. So I'm gonna hold and I'm gonna rotate, trying to point those toes, coming all the way up towards you. Make sure you're not missing any of that range, rotating all the way in, then all the way up, all the way out, and pointing down and out. Freeze and reverse. So coming back the way you came, maintaining tension through this entire range. Good. That's our ankles. We're gonna do a few sets of pails and rails now. I'm not gonna do the 2-minute passive stretch. If any of these are really tight, by all means hold the stretch for 2 minutes and then do these isometrics, okay? First one we're gonna do is our shoulders. We're going to put both our hands behind our back here, and we're gonna try and reach as high as we can. Then we're allowing our shoulders to relax. What that does is give us a nice stretch through here. So my hands and fists are like this behind my back. I'm going to be at my max there, and I'm trying to relax through there. We're going to relax for 10-15 seconds. To make this more for you or to work on this range, do it for 2 minutes. So we're going to take a breath in now, and we're going to do our first set of isometrics, contracting the tissue we're stretching. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your fists and you're going to drive them into your back. So I'm going to hold where I am, and I'm going to push my fist forward into my back, ramping this up 20, 40, 60%, 80, holding. This is your greatest effort here. Holding, holding, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your rails or second isometric contraction is you're trying to pull the hands off. So we're trying to lift them off our back. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let that stretch. Breathe. And what you'll find is potentially if your tissue is not too tight, you can make your hands go a little bit higher and get a bit more stretch, right? So from the side, I'm just relaxing here. My fists are here. What I'm going to do is we are going to take a breath in. So it's been about 10-15 seconds, just passively holding. We're going to hold that air in our lower abdomen. We're going to start to push our hands into our back, ramping this up 20%, 40, 60, 80, greatest effort. And hold this contraction pushing into your back. Hold, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails or second contraction pulling off. So you may not go anywhere, but you're just engaging that tissue, that regressive shortened tissue, holding right away into the max effort via the rails or shortened contraction. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your arms out. You'll feel a deep capsule stretch. We're going to do a few cars at the end. Okay. We're going to go into a wall internal rotation for the hip. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the wall. You're going to use something like a block, or you have a pillow, a foam roller, whatever you have, it doesn't matter. We're going to be on our back, hips about 90 degrees from the wall, and we're going to be having our block there. So I'm going to go this way slightly so you guys can see that. Good. And then so I'm keeping squeezing into that block, hips 90, and I'm going to inch my feet out to get the end range of stretch. What you'll feel is this stretch through and around this hip capsule. If it's too easy, you go closer to the wall. So we're going to take a breath in, a couple breaths, and out. And then we're going to do a contraction of the tissue that we are lengthening. And so that is all the inside tissue. So our feet are going to drive into the wall and towards each other while maintaining the tension on the block. So I'm going to rotate, so I'm going to ramp that up, 20% pushing in, 40, 60, 80, greatest effort holding that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our rails is we're going to try and pull away from the wall, maintain the squeeze at the knees, try to pull away. So this shortened tissue on the outside is trying to pull us away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, let everything sink. And out. And out. Right. If you can inch a little bit more, bring yourself closer, whichever. If you feel the stretch and it's good, just stay there. We're going to do our second set of pails. So our feet are driving into the wall and inwards. Squeeze, ramping up. 20, 40, 60, 80. Radiate that tension through your whole body. Hold, max effort. Hold. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails. Try and pull away. Keep engagement with that block. Hold. Trying to lift your feet off the wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inch your feet back in and relax. That's our internal rotation. We have one more set of pails. We're going to work on this external rotation, which is the hip opening. So we want our hips to both go inwards and outwards equally. We are going to bring that block. We're going to pop it underneath. I'll go back a little bit so you guys can see. Good. Right. I'm going to pop this under here, so we're going to raise it up. I am in a 90-90, so I'm 90 degrees out, 90 degrees out, 90 degrees out, and 90 degrees. If it's really tight for you, bring that foot to your bum, take the block out, and just go on the ground, whichever. If you need more, you add the block, it's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay tall, and we're gonna hover over top of our leg. Post your hands if you need to. We're trying to find this stretch, so chest sternum is coming over as we come forward. You should feel it through the bum, lower back, outer hip, etc. on this left hand side that is forward. We are holding here. We're going to take a breath in. If you can't feel it, you can always push your bum a little bit back. Sometimes that'll get you that stretch. Breathing in and out. Sink further into that stretch. Good. We're going to do a set of pails here. We are going to take our leg, this left front leg, and drive it into the ground. Foot and knee, a little bit more on the foot to try and make that external rotation arm. Holding, ramping up. 20, 40, stay at your end range, don't make your body come up. 60, 80, greatest effort holding there, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails is like your foot is trying to come to your face. It will not lift off if you're at end range. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Now sink further so you'll feel yourself be able to come further forward. If you're way up here, that's totally fine. If you feel the stretch, you feel the stretch. Now, if you're up here and you feel like, oh, I need a little bit more, try going a little bit inwards or a little bit outwards, wherever it is that you find more tension stretch on your tissue, because this stretch is for that external outside tissue, but it's where you're tight that you'll feel it. So we're going to hold here. Take a breath in and out. Start to push down. Foot and knee ramping down. 20%, 40%, 60, 80, greatest effort. Everything you got, your whole body should be tight, trying to drive everything down into the ground. Holding, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into your rails. Foot is trying to come up, chest is trying to come towards. We're trying to close this gap. Hold. 3, 2, 1, relax. Good. We're gonna go into the other side. So we're gonna have the right leg forward. I'm gonna just change the angle a little bit, so it might be a little bit better for you guys so you can see. So again, 90 degrees straight out, 90 degrees out. If you're mobile enough, 90 at the back leg and 90 down. If it's too much, pull that foot towards the bum, it eases off that pelvis. We're gonna rotate ourselves, we're gonna be squared up to that knee. We're gonna try and come forward over top. If there's any pinching, change, move your position. We're gonna post to hold, coming forward into this range, trying to keep that chest tall over top, get the butt stretched so butt goes back as you stay there. Breathing in and out. One more breath. And out. Our pales contraction, our right foot and knee are starting to drive into the ground while staying at this exact end range angle. 20%, pushing down. 40, 60, 80. Greatest effort, drive down into the ground. Don't let your body come out of it. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot and chest are gonna try and pull towards each other. Holding, holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax and let it sink. You might find you can go further forward, inward, outward, wherever that tension line is, find it. Good. Taking a breath in here and out. Sink through that hip so you can feel that stretch through the bum, the back, the hip capsule. Breathing in and out. Taking that breath in, we're going to start to pale down. Foot and knee are driving down into the ground. 20, 40, 60, 80. Greatest effort, everything you got down there. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails, foot is kind of pull up towards your chest, chest towards your foot. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Breathe and relax. Good. We're going to come out of that. We are going to go into quadruped. So on our hands and knees here, we are going to do our cat camel segmental. So we're going to stay exactly where we are, starting from the base. This is a car, so we're maintaining some tension. We're going to tuck that pelvis under. Lower back's going to follow, slowly segment by segment into the upper back, head tucks. Good. Start from the base, so maintain this flexion. Lower back untucks. Going into the middle, up, here. Stay in this extension, tuck the pelvis under, pushing the spine up towards the sky, let the lower back, mid back, and eventually neck follow. Untuck that pelvis. Good, we're trying to go segment by segment here, not big blocks. Should be like a little wave going from the base all the way to the top of your spine. And that last one, untucking. Maintain tension to do this. Good. Perfect. If this is hard, do it more. We're going to do a few neck cards in this position. Tucking that chin. Rotate. Left ear to left shoulder. Extend that head. This is a bit strengthening because you're having to work against gravity. Good. Towards this midline. And reverse. Right towards the right shoulder. Ear to the shoulder on the right. Extend, head comes up over to that left shoulder, scowling around to the front. Sitting down to your knees if possible, staying quadruped if not. Shoulder cards, we're going to lift that left arm up, internally rotate, and reach back. Same as we did with the bilateral one at the beginning. Extend that shoulder, coming back, pulling back, around. One more. Straight up, internally rotate, extend, back, rotating back around, and down. We'll try this side, so hand up, internally rotate as you reach back, just like we did with the other one. Straight back, externally rotate, coming back around. Lift up, internally rotate, extend, externally rotate, pull back around, and down. Hope you guys enjoyed that class. I'll try and release some more here and there, and let me know what you think.